Well, we're kicking off the 2012 turkey season down here in Central Florida with Bill and his place. And you know what? I grew up with Bill down here, so this is coming home for me. And, you know, I've tried 3 different times to get that Osceola with the bow and have struck out. But we got a new strategy and a new game plan this year, and it's time to get that Osceola with the bow.
All right, guys. We're here in Florida with Brian and Billy. They brought me and my buddy David down here. We're gonna see if we can't get on some turkeys or some pigs or something else to shoot. It's getting close to time to get in the woods. Let's get on.
That first afternoon, I'm hunting with good friend Thomas Sutherland from Spook Nation TV, and he's going to be hunting with his traditional bow. And any hogs or birds that come in, they've got to be 20 yards or closer. And we actually did have some hogs come in, and they just skirted out at about 40 yards and just wouldn't give them a shot. And Thomas called and worked his mojo, and we actually had a good gobbler come in, and he just hung up at about 40 yards, and we had a bunch of crows right on us, and they were wearing him out, and he was gobbling his head off, but he just wouldn't close the distance and give him a shot. And I hate it for him. I know he was frustrated, but you know what? We had a great afternoon and a lot of action.
job. Good job. Let's roll up. Osceola with the bow. My new PSA revenge. We're gonna get Thomas on this bird right here. I'm gonna switch it.
After I shoot my bird, it's time to swap places with Thomas. I'm gonna take the camera and he's gonna pick up his bow and see if he can't get a shot on that second gobbler. That second bird walked back and forth at about 35-40 yards and just a little too far out for Thomas's comfortable range. And you know, we wait for him to clear the palmettos and Thomas calls at him and he gobbles his head off, but he just wouldn't come back into the setup. And that's what makes it so hard to hunt an Osceola, especially to try to do it with a traditional bow.
That's a good sign right there. That old swagger. Put it on him. Got that new fletch on there with that new illuminite. It's awesome on the video. Hey, I cannot wait to get my hands on this bird. Oh man, old man's been on. Oh man. He's a pretty bird. Nice beard. He's got some nice hooks. Not bad. On film with the bow. We did it with the new PSE Revenge. I've hunted down here for 3 years with Billy on his ranch, and these birds are hard. These are swamp birds. These aren't pasture birds, you know, that we've hunted before, and they're very elusive. They're tough to do with the bow and arrow, but we got it done today, and I just couldn't be happier. I'm super proud of this bird.
What a great feeling to finally get that Osceola with the bow and to be one step closer to that 2012 turkey slam. A big thank you to Bill for being able to come down and chase some hogs and birds on his place. Hey, go check out the rest of the episodes where we're chasing that slam. That we're using down here in Central Florida, chasing Osceolas by True Tone calls, is the Wet Tech. The great thing about this Wet Tech friction call is that it's 100% waterproof, and you know what, whether it's raining or even down here where it's so humid, you're going to have moisture and you're going to have dew up until 10 o'clock, and a lot of other friction calls you couldn't use until then. The great thing about the Wet Tech is you can use it during any conditions. It's got a metal kind of aluminum tip that allows you to make the calls and the sounds that you're looking for during the wet conditions. I use it, during any condition, whether it's dry or wet. But this is one friction call that I do have in my bag, just because no matter what, I'm going to be able to make those calls that I need. The other call that we're using down here is the Missouri Hot Hen, and it's a box call. A couple things that make this call unique is that it doesn't require chalk. It's got a coating here that allows it to be used no matter what. No chalk required, and you can make those great calls that you need with both hands. But the great thing is that you can actually do it on your leg. If we're bow hunting down here, that you can actually make the calls with one hand, and you got your other hand on your bow ready to go.